Once upon a time, an angel named Gabriel descended from the heavens. He came to deliver a message from God. He said, "God is pleased with your prayers. Your heart is pure, and your intentions are honest. The Almighty has chosen you for a great purpose." The man fell to his knees in gratitude. Tears welled up in his eyes. He said, "O Lord, I am not worthy." Gabriel smiled and said, "It is your humility that makes you worthy." He lifted his wings and blessed the man. The man stood in awe, trembling in reverence. The light of heaven shone upon him. From that day onward, he walked with a glow that others could see. People would come from afar just to sit near him. He never claimed to be special. He always said, "I am only a servant of God." And truly, he served with love and patience. One day, a traveler came to him. The traveler said, "I have heard stories of you. I heard you speak to angels." The man said, "I only listen to what is sent by God." The traveler asked, "Can I ask you a question?" He nodded. "Yes, ask whatever your heart seeks." The traveler sat down and said, "Why is there so much pain in the world? Why do innocent people suffer?" The man looked at the sky and replied, "Pain is not punishment. It is a form of purification. Just as fire purifies gold, hardship purifies the soul. But why must the good suffer? Because they are strong enough to carry the burden, and their suffering brings light to others." The traveler was silent for a moment. He said, "Your words are heavy but comforting." The man placed a hand on his shoulder. He said, "Keep your faith. God sees what you cannot." The traveler wept softly, and the man wept with him. For shared pain becomes a shared strength. The man would often walk into the desert alone. He said the silence brought him closer to God. He would sit under the open sky and listen. He said, "When you truly listen, even silence speaks." He once found a dying bird in the sand. He picked it up gently. He prayed, "O Lord, if this bird's life is written to continue, grant it healing." He placed the bird near a spring and left. When he returned days later, the bird flew past his head. He smiled and said, "God hears even the whispers of a bird." Children would follow him, asking for stories. He would sit with them and speak of patience, kindness, and truth. He told them, "A single act of kindness can echo for generations. A lie may win today, but truth always wins in the end." People began calling him a saint. He would laugh and say, "I am no saint. I just try not to forget God." And he never did. Years passed. The man grew old. His beard turned white like the morning clouds, but his eyes still held the same light. One evening, he sat under the same sky. He whispered, "O Lord, I have lived as your servant. I ask for nothing but your nearness." That night, Gabriel came again. He said, "God is calling you home." The man smiled. He said, "Then I am ready." He stood up and looked one last time at the earth. He said, "Treat each other gently, for we all return to the same dust." He closed his eyes and breathed his last. The wind was still. Even the stars seemed to pause. People wept, but not in despair. They wept in honor of a life well lived. And in every corner of the land, his words lived on. For those who speak with sincerity never die. Their voices become the whispers of the wind, reminding the world that goodness still walks among us.